is available to the 1, F, L, and M.
Every day, millions of people ride the subway. It's a place where strangers collide, where most people are just trying to get to work or go home. But sometimes emotions run high, and moments happen that you'd never expect.
He's being racist.
Yeah, I'm talking on my phone, and you're a rat for the government, and you're trying to pay your rent. You smell like chicken. Shut up, you rat for America. Yeah, you're a hippie. You're laughing to yourself now? What's up? I'm not your sir. I'm not your sir.
This guy's crazy.
All aboard the crazy train. Here are some insane subway moments that were captured on camera. If you live in New York City, then maybe you do expect some drama on the subway. After all, it does have a certain reputation, and a subway ticket is cheaper than a Broadway show.
Don't talk to me. If you don't dislike me, don't sit next to me, okay? Unbelievable. This is the same too stupid to move on and let people sit next to you. Now you want to curse people out and get off the train. You're an idiot. Shut up. I told you before. See you. Shut your mouth. Shut up. But shut up. Next to me again. Shut up. These glasses. Shut up. You better be quiet and leave me alone. You're an ugly woman. Your mother's an ugly woman.
The initial argument seems to be about the man's choice of seat and his unwillingness to move so that two women could sit together. But that doesn't matter anymore. As with most arguments, it's about to devolve into an all-out insult war.
I don't mind being ugly to you. Look at you. Look at you. What's pretty? Look at you. What's pretty? Look at you. Ask everybody who is ugly. Oh my God, just sit here. And two people come out. And so you say, excuse me, sir. Can two ladies sit next to each other? I don't expect. I ain't stupid. Okay? So you have to react. You are stupid. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. And then you want to turn up and act even more like an idiot. Because you're an idiot. What's your problem? If you have problems, you go to hospital. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. If you have some mental illness, you should go to hospital, okay? Mental illness is a person that does not know how to slide over and have social skills. And then now you want to have a mental breakdown. You're right. We all losers sitting next to you. Your loser is contagious. I'm catching it. Oh, that's so unbelievable. I'm catching it. And your breath. First of all, you're ugly. First of all, keep your hands away from me. Now that's first of all. You understand? Hey, keep your hands away from me. You hit my face. Keep your hands away from me. Do you understand? Keep your hands away from me. Do you understand? No, your hands are over here. No, you can't hit each other. You go to hell. You understand? You can't make me move. No, keep your hands from me, okay?
Some say they're still arguing to this day. But whose side are you on? While some commuters might be used to a bit of craziness on the subway, other places are not. Here's how passengers in Taiwan reacted when one guy started going nuts. Apparently, a man on board had suddenly started screaming and hitting the train doors with an umbrella. This happened just days after a smoke bombing on the Taiwan metro and a knife attack that killed 3 people. So you can understand the panic and the rush to get away. 2022, a brutal, unprovoked attack was captured on CCTV outside a subway station in Queens, New York. The victim, 57-year-old research scientist Nina Rothschild, was struck on the head with a hammer 13 times. She suffered multiple skull fractures and her bag was stolen. Thankfully, Nina survived, and her attacker, identified as Michael Blunt, was arrested. In April 2025, Blunt was convicted of assault and robbery. Fittingly, the judge decided to bring the hammer down on him, giving Blunt the maximum sentence of 25 to life behind bars. Where one man almost ended someone's life, a woman gave birth to a new life on the New York subway in 2025, with a little help from her fellow passengers. Born on the New York subway with your umbilical cord cut using a pocket knife, now that's an origin story. While you should always look out for yourself on public transport, this next clip shows you why you should always look out for other people too. In Barcelona, a woman notices a man stumbling along the platform. Rather than moving away and minding her own business like many people would, she keeps her eyes on the man and notifies officials using the station's help point. But before any staff can arrive, the man falls onto the tracks. The woman, who was later identified as Felicia Pozas, an off-duty police officer, then risks her own safety by going onto the tracks and pulling the man back up onto the platform, with some help from other heroic travelers. Would you have had the courage to help in this scenario? Imagine you've just finished a long day at work. You go to ride the train home only to find that you're not going anywhere because someone is standing on the tracks and stopping the train from leaving. Would you react like this? The man on the tracks appears to be confused, leading some sources to speculate that he's suffering from a mental illness. Others claim the man had simply dropped something onto the tracks and was holding up the train by trying to find it. Either way, the police are powerless to help due to safety concerns, and the passengers are getting increasingly angry.
If he lost something and he's going to go looking for it, you get what I'm saying? The only thing you can do is someone has to get on top of him, move the train, and then find what he's looking for and get him the hell out of here. This is going to last forever.
The man was eventually removed and hopefully received whatever help he needed to not do this again. Trains are delayed for all sorts of reasons, but when the cause of the delay is someone blocking the door on purpose, it's infuriating, especially if it's someone like this guy.
This guy wants some content here.
Kick this guy out.
Now I'm going nowhere. Now I want him off. He assaulted me. No, I want him off. He assaulted me.
You have to get off, man. Get off the train.
It's on camera. I just told you he assaulted you. You give an email for it? Hold on. You give an email? He just assaulted you. Get him off the train.
Sir, what happened?
You've been talking here. I said get off.
That's your rat right here.
He's been racist.
Yeah, I'm talking on my phone. And you're a rat for the government. And you're trying to pay your rent. You smell like chicken. Shut up, you rat for America. Yeah, you're a hippie. You're laughing to yourself now? What's up? I'm not your sir. I'm not your sir.
This guy's crazy.
What are you talking to me? We're going to take this escalating. We're going to take it to police today. We're going to get to City Hall Court. And you're going to lose. Don't touch me. You're going to get charged with assault.
Even if this man was assaulted, as he claims, it doesn't mean that he has the right to hold up the train. The comments from the other passengers, along with the man's own words and actions, suggest he might not be the most reliable victim. But let's see how this plays out.
I'm telling you right now, get this guy out. Get him off his road. Get him off the train.
Why should I leave? I'm in a rush.
Because I said,
why should I?
Get off the train.
This man is.
We're going nowhere. We're going to call police.
This man is crazy. He's talking to everybody. Do you understand that?
I'm talking on my phone. None of your big. Get off the train, man.
Oh my God. And I'm not getting off. I'm in a rush. I'm in a rush. This guy was actually talking a lot. He's crazy. You know what I mean? Crazy man. He kept talking to himself.
Now I want police charge. I want to charge him. It's on camera. I want to charge him. I want to charge him. Get out of my face. Don't touch me. I want him charged. I want him charged. Get the off, rat. Get off the rat. You're going to be charged now. Now you don't want me to charge him? You don't want me to charge him?
No. I need to get in because I have to leave. I have to leave. No. Okay, go ahead. Do it.
You're going to be charged. You're going to be charged.
Do it.
Do it. You're going to be charged.
I talk to the platform.
Nobody get the train. You need to get the train. You're going to go to jail. You don't shut the
Man is crazy. That man is crazy. I don't understand why letting this guy inside.
Partner's dealing with it. I'm just going to talk to you about this.
He kept talking to himself.
Transit enforcement officers eventually removed both parties involved from the train and tried to get to the bottom of what actually happened. Meanwhile, the train is still stuck in the station with hundreds of other passengers growing increasingly frustrated.
And then is just actually making the door like this. He's actually not holding. And I'm not leaving. And I should be off. Hurry.
So we can move the
and
train.
This guy is crazy.
Just so we can move the train, okay?
Yeah. Move this. This man is mentally ill. Do you understand that?
The train. We're just trying to move the train.
Yeah.
Just understand what's happened. So.
Why not you just pushing this man out?
Okay, he's off the train. We can file a report.
Yeah. No, that man is crazy. Do you understand
I need to get a report from you, so I do need you.
Oh my God.
Okay? So just come over here.
This is crazy. No, I have to get in. I have to go.
But I gotta get a report.
No, what should I do?
You said
I'm not. What do you mean he's assaulted?
Did he assault you? Did you
No, he's actually holding the door. I just tried to push him.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I want to do it. I just tried to push him because he's holding the door.
Did he say anything to you? Like,
What?
did he say anything to you?
No, I should just get off. Get off the bus. Get off the train. Okay. That's crazy. Do you understand that? This man is crazy. This is this guy. Idiot.
Well, they didn't exactly learn much, other than people can be crazy and you should try to avoid using the subway where possible. At least the train started moving again. At least nobody was injured in the previous clip, which is more than can be said for this next one. At Greenwich Village Station, again in New York, a 26-year-old man was stabbed in the stomach following a verbal argument that turned into a fight. The incident happened back in 2021, and an image of the suspect was released to the public. It's unclear if the stabber was ever caught, but the stabbed victim was said to be in stable condition after being taken to a nearby hospital. One of the pitfalls of traveling on public transport is having to put up with other people's body odor, but this traveler came well prepared. Should he be punished or praised for providing this valuable service? If you think that traveling on the subway stinks, spare a thought for this woman who wasn't even on the train when she became a victim of foul play. The 43-year-old was just sitting on the platform, minding her own business, when a man walked past and rubbed a plastic bag in her face. Inside the bag was human feces. Any guesses where this disgusting incident took place? That's right, it's NYC. The attacker, identified as 37-year-old Frank Obrovka, was arrested in March 2022 and charged with forcible touching, menacing, disorderly conduct, and harassment. This crazy story doesn't end there though. While in jail, Obrovka was himself targeted in the face, but with boiling water. He is said to have suffered permanent facial scarring after another inmate, known by the nickname Burns, threw water at him. Karma, perhaps. If you need another reason to avoid taking the subway, how about robbery? I don't know about you, but if I saw this happening, my first instinct wouldn't be to take out my phone and start recording. You know something's gone catastrophically wrong when you're asked to board a train and walk down the subway tunnel on foot. That's what happened to passengers in Sao Paulo, Brazil in September 2025. Their train had just left the station when it suddenly came to a crashing halt. Somehow, the last car had derailed, meaning it wasn't going anywhere for at least the rest of the day. It's unclear what exactly caused the derailment. The trains are apparently fully automated and don't have a driver. No passengers were injured, but 3 people required medical attention after suffering from nervous breakdowns. Would you give up your priority seat for an elderly passenger? This Taiwanese traveler did not.
and try one more time.
Strangely, there appeared to be plenty of other seats available. So was the old woman just looking for a fight? Because she certainly found one. Neither side ended up pressing charges, although, interestingly, the elderly woman was arrested days later on a separate warrant for theft. Maybe she is a troublemaker. In July 2021, this nightmare scenario unfolded on a metro line in China.
海滩寺跟沙口路的中间段，海滩寺刚走过去。大家不要说话，你们热不热呀？没说话，因为人都来了。我现在打不了字，我这不是你现在能听得见我说话，你就给我报警吧。我现在打不了，你就说5号线。
A heavy rainstorm caused much of the Henan area, including the metro, to become flooded. Passengers stood on seats and clung to the overhead railings in terror while waiting to be rescued. Sadly, not everyone was able to escape. 14 passengers lost their lives on the metro, with many more dying or being injured throughout the region. In some places, it's common to see the signs or hear announcements about being respectful to others while traveling. In other places, you get people like this guy.
Don't make those faces. I don't like it. I don't give a what you like that. I don't like it. You used to work because that's what you're acting like. A piece of it. I mean, I don't want this to escalate. I just want to have a pleasant evening. I want these people to get home. I want you to say sorry for bothering you.
Next up. Come on, man, let's go.
Maybe just say, sir, I hope you're able to get up, and I'll move away, and I'll defer, and I'll be respectful, and I'll be graceful. Graceful. Do you know the word grace? God damn it! Can't people ever be nice anymore?
If he wants everyone to be graceful, maybe he should just lead by example. I mean, just saying. Another common reminder on subways is to always keep an eye on your belongings. But sometimes, even when they're in your hands, someone will still try to take them off of you. The robber managed to get away with the victim's bag and phone. The victim was not seriously harmed, unlike New York's subway reputation, which continues to get worse. Here's another bad passenger experience from the Big Apple.
But you do that again, and I'll fuck you up! You feel me? I will fuck you up! What are you talking about? Don't sit there and do none of that! I will violate your shit! What are you talking about? Don't push me! Don't push me! Fuck this shit! Are you serious? Are you serious, bitch? Get your ass out! Stop jumping! She was a nigga. So lucky, bro. Right to my set, you lucky out here, female. Find that bag. You find that bag.
It's kind of ironic how he grabs her bag and tells her to keep an eye on it. I told you it was a common announcement. They just do things a little differently in New York. This next victim was waiting to catch a train in the Bronx, already a bad idea, when he was assaulted because reasons. The victim received cuts to his wrist and hand while protecting his face from an unknown cutting instrument, the police's words, not mine. He was treated at a nearby hospital while the attacker was added to the police's long list of subway criminals. Believe it or not, there is an etiquette to riding on the subway, even in New York. And not following these unwritten rules by taking up seats with your bag, for example, will lead to arguments like this one.
Stupid ass 17-year-old. That's what. Stupid ass 17-year-old. Because we sat down and she wanted to fuck out of here. Like I just said.
Crash out, bro.
I swear, if you wild out in this, you gonna see what's gonna happen. Come on, I promise you. I'll show you what I'll do to a 17-year-old. You go right ahead. Crash out. I want you to crash out. I promise you to crash out. I say crash out. I say crash out. I say crash out if you ask me. I say crash all out. I say go all out. I say wild. I say wild out. I say you should wild out. That's all you know how to do. Listen, we just came from a show. We just got finished Michael Jackson and shit. We come to sit down and go ahead. Come on, did you right? That's why I don't drive the train. Drive the
But I don't pee. I live in the city like that.
I don't ride the train because stupid.
Maybe why I left the city.
That's why I don't get on the train.
Y'all dumbass.
Many people would agree with the man's argument that he should be allowed to sit down, but the way he argues by repeating himself, begging her to start something, and saying what he would do to a 17-year-old doesn't do him any favors. Even when you try doing the right thing, being in the wrong place at the wrong time can get you hurt. The 27-year-old victim was treated for the stab wound to his stomach, which was caused by a pocket knife, and survived. As for the attacker, a homeless man in his 50s. Who knows if he was ever caught? Thankfully, there are still some good Samaritans who will stand up for people on the subway. When this next guy noticed someone being harassed, he stood up to the bully.
Smiling, living his life. You want to bother him. Pick on somebody that's like that. Like that. Ask me why I'm smiling at you. Ha, I'm smiling at you. Ask me that. You want to ask somebody that's not doing shit, minding his business. Ask me. I'm like that. No, you threaten. Seen that. I'm like that. Ask me. Ask me why I'm smiling at you like that. Ask me why I'm smiling at you like that. Oh, all right. You pick and choose your battles. He was minding his business, not even paying you no time. You's a. And I hope you know that. Okay. Exactly.
If only every train had an enforcer like this guy who was willing to call people out for their behavior. This next clip is pure chaos, though you wouldn't know it just by looking at the police officer's reactions. A traumatized victim, a failed robbery, and a deranged thief who claims it wasn't him, even though we just saw him hand back the victim's phone. Just another day on the New York City subway.
When I got on the train, it just looked at, it was something undescribable, pretty much. You know, something you probably wouldn't think you'd be able to see on the train, that you shouldn't see on the train. I never seen it this bad. It's like it's getting worse.
This guy just accurately summed up most people's experiences on the subway. But what exactly did he see?
A disgustingly dirty subway car filled with trash gets the attention of the transit chief. A rider on a southbound number 2 train in the Bronx pulled out his phone when he discovered this. Look at this. Trash is everywhere, from the floor to the seats. We caught up with the rider who took this video.
How does something like this even happen? In July 2025, it wasn't people who brought New York traffic to a standstill. It was the weather. Torrential rainfall and flash flooding turned the metro into a climbing frame/swimming pool, while also flooding buses and trapping other vehicles on the road. Still, at least some people had another excuse to not ride the subway. The people of Stalingrad, Russia, have seen their fair share of violence throughout history. Nowadays, the battles aren't being fought in the streets, they're being fought in the subway stations. At least it was a fair fight, unlike this next clip. At a subway station in Queens, 3 men targeted their victim in a violent robbery. They dragged him along the floor, kicked him, and beat him with a cane. A reward of up to $3,500 was offered for information leading to their arrest for the incident that happened in 2022. I don't know if that reward was ever claimed. The scariest thing about public transport is that you never know who you're traveling with or what they're capable of. Take this woman. She seems like an ordinary person, just walking through the station like anyone else. But then she reaches the escalator and decides to let it all out. It's pretty gross, and I bet it's not the first time she's done something like this. Underground subway stations are often featured in zombie movies because they're dark, scary places that make you feel trapped. Or maybe it's because zombies really do live down there.
Yo, you good? Yo! This nigga.
If this guy isn't part of The Walking Dead already, drinking that filthy water means he likely is now. In some places, train conductors still go around punching people's tickets. In New York, crazy people go around just punching people in the station. is a strange system, but who am I to question people's traditions? Seriously though, where's Spider-Man or any of the other New York superheroes, or even the police when you need them? Things are out of control in this city. With all we've seen so far, it should be a relief when someone asks you to exit the train, but when they try to pull you off without telling you why, that's a reason to be concerned.
What's going on? What? Leave him alone. Yeah. No. Yeah, who are you? What's going on? What's going on? He's what? Yo, what's going on? Let him go.
You got in trouble.
Okay. So what's going on? Why? No. It's okay. No, it's okay. Then you're fine. Just.
Are you police?
Yeah. Who are you? Police?
What kind of police?
Ice.
Ice? No.
No?
No.
Just say it's all good.
It's not clear who this guy is or why he's trying to drag one of the passengers away. He clearly doesn't want to identify himself, but the body cam and badge lead many people to believe he's a plainclothes police officer. Let's keep watching to see if this mystery man gives us any more clues.
No. Yeah, he's all good. He's all good.
He's okay. No, he needs to get off and get checked out by animals.
No, he's okay.
No, so, all right, thank you. All right, you're good?
He's all good.
All right, go have a seat.
No.
Go have a seat. Go sit down.
Yeah.
Go sit down and you're good. No, go sit down.
Siéntese.
Sit down. Sit down.
Sentate. Sí.
Perfect.
All right. Thank you, sir. Yeah, we're all good. Thank you. We're all good. Appreciate it. Cool.
It seems like they're there to check on the passenger's health, in which case, why didn't they just say that to begin with? I don't know, but if someone tries to drag me away and then starts putting on rubber gloves, I'm not going with them either. If you are the type of person who tends to fall asleep on trains, you might want to keep one eye open after hearing this news story. In December 2025, police in New York released footage of a man suspected of setting a sleeping passenger's leg on fire. The suspect was identified as 18-year-old Hiram Carrero. Carrero was arrested and charged with attempted murder, assault, criminal mischief, arson, and reckless endangerment. But the big question still remains. Why did he do it? Carrero's trial is set to take place in 2026. For most people, the time spent on the subway is just a short part of their day. But for others, especially in cities like New York where trains run 24/7, it's where they live.
14th Street. Transfer is available to the 1, F, L, and M trains. Connection is available to half trains. Clear of the closing doors, please.
Now I understand how the train shown earlier became so messy. This woman is clearly in need of some help, and this kind of lifestyle isn't safe for anybody. In life, you should choose your battles wisely.
I'm gonna tell you right now. My nigga, get out my face for real, man. Why? Before I you hear me? Why? Yo, get out my face before I you up. You hear me, boy? Before I knock you out. Keep playing with me. Yeah, good.
This man did not choose wisely.
Playing before I knock you out. Yeah. I got all the evidence right here. Get out my face. Stop playing with me, man. I ain't worried about that word, boy. You weak. You a weak ass man. Get the I'm weak. Out of here, man. Shake that. Yo, get the out of here. You weak, man. Yeah, let's go. Listen. Let's stop playing with me for real. Yeah, stop playing. Stop playing with me. How? Knock you out. Why? Stop playing. Stop playing with me. Stop playing me for real. Look. Stop playing me for real, but I'm listening. Yeah. I got you.
That's what happened when you call people.
According to the cameraman, the guy now lying on the floor initiated the fight by using racial slurs. The two men decided to settle things the old-fashioned way, and now at least one of them wishes they hadn't.
Did not out. I got you, bro.
Is violence ever justified? I'll let you decide. Have you ever run from the train while the doors were closing and ended up missing it? It's annoying, isn't it? Just ask this guy. What's even more annoying is when your bag gets stuck in the doors, and the train takes off with your bag, but without you. I hope there wasn't anything too valuable inside. It's amazing how even in broad daylight, with plenty of other people around, train stations still attract craziness.
I had no other choice but to interfere to see what the situation was.
Rondell Whitfield was on his way to church Sunday morning when he says he witnessed this, captured by a witness and posted on TikTok. You can hear a 20-year-old woman screaming as police say a man in white is seen grabbing her, witnesses around yelling at the man to let her go.
Thankfully, the woman's screams did not fall on deaf ears, and other passengers quickly came to her rescue.
Police say she managed to escape his grip as at least 5 people, including Whitfield, held him down.
The victim suffered minor injuries to her shoulder, stomach, and arms, as well as psychological trauma, but was grateful to the passengers who saved her. It's good to know that there are at least some decent human beings left who take the subway. On May 3rd, 2021, construction flaws led to the collapse of a metro overpass in Mexico City with devastating consequences. "26 people died when a train came crashing down because of the poorly built infrastructure. An investigation found bolts missing from girders and signs of bad, unfinished welding. Early warnings about damage had also supposedly been ignored by city authorities. Some people use the subway as a place to do business or hand out flyers, much to the annoyance of passengers. There is zero chance this passenger is picking up what that lady is putting down, but that doesn't stop her from trying. We gotta respect the hustle and the resistance. What would you do if you caught someone filming you on the subway? This woman decides to fight fire with fire, filming the creeps back and uploading the footage online for everyone to see. Despite how it sometimes seems, it's not always down to passengers to defend themselves or help others. In Cambridge, Massachusetts, 2 police officers rushed to save a man who had fallen onto the tracks. The electrified third rail was still active, and there was only 1 minute until the next train was due to arrive, so time was of the essence. The officers were able to lift the man onto the platform, narrowly avoiding a potential tragedy. Both officers were commended for their bravery. Do you ever get the urge to run the wrong way up a downwards escalator? These people did, with hilarious results.
Oh my God. Chocolate coat. Get out now. He's got on the way down.
Alcohol may or may not have played a factor in their performance. Okay, it definitely did. Here's why it's a good idea to bring hand sanitizer with you when traveling on public transport. Does she not realize she's in public? Or does she simply not care? Either way, I'll now be thinking twice before I hold on to a handrail in the future. On the subway, one person's idea of fun can be a headache for everyone else.
Okay. You're not even on beat. Okay. First of all, yeah, you gonna get that position. Okay. You're not even on beat. Okay. What's good? Play your beat if not. You play a beat. You play a beat.
It's one thing to interrupt everyone by playing loud music, but to bring a drum on board and not be able to play it nicely, that's just asking for trouble. Maybe this guy had a good excuse.
I don't play drums. Okay, I'm learning right now. I don't. I'm learning right now. I just bought this shit. So what's up? I just bought this shit. I'm learning right now.
Turns out, he just bought the drum and he's learning how to play. But on the subway. Come on, man.
Why you sizing up? Okay. Don't fight me. I just bought this drum for $250. Alright. Okay, when you get home. Nah. I'm gonna do some shit. I'm gonna just like shit. It's probably every other person on this car. I'm gonna do some shit too. So what's up? We don't wanna I wanna take some what up? You wanna take some shit up? No. Not here. When I reach outside, I'm gonna give you a chance to get ready. Yeah, when I reach outside, I'm gonna give you a chance to get ready too. When I reach outside, not here. I'm just asking you to take it easy. Take it easy. Feel me?
The drummer avoids a beating on this occasion. I don't mean to crush his spirit, but he should really keep the drum at home from now on. Hearing other passengers' bad music is annoying, but I bet you take it over having to listen to this woman all the way through your journey.
Shut up! Shut the fuck up!
I wish you would. I wish you would. I want you to.
Is an emergency, or if you're directed
Shut the f up.
Police officer.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. I go all day. Shut the f up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut the f up. You ugly dust mite. You're dirty. Shut up. Shut the f up. You're a bum. Shut up. Shut the f up. You get no. Shut up.
Or an empty.
What you talking about? Now I'm not gonna shut up. You shut up and don't say nothing. What you talking about? I was already black and you thought I was gonna react like that?
Hello, please offer your seat to passengers with disabilities or to those who are elderly or pregnant. You will be standing up for what's right. Thank you.
Lucky I'm a mother and I'm a girl. I would try to put you under this. Promise you. I fight niggas for real. That's what my shoulder look like. Now this nigga's bigger than you. I promise. Promise. Now you got your back. Yeah. Yes. You probably beat on women at home. One up on me in front of my mother. No man. And ladies, don't never let him do it. I don't give a f if it's a stranger. You're a nasty hating. And watch yourself, because people got to get out the train. You blocking the door. Let's go. It's a child coming on. Watch out.
The timing of the onboard announcement is pretty funny, and you could hear a pin drop from the silence between this woman's rants. If only she could follow her own advice and shut up. Just when you thought you'd seen it all, along comes a gang of women in neon green jumpsuits to assault and rob you. This incident happened at 2 a.m. in New York, where else, and the gang apparently stole a cell phone and a handbag from two teenagers. Maybe they thought that they could get away with it by making themselves invisible using CGI. I never hope I see them on my train. It's surprising that we've made it this far into the video without a shooting, but here's one. This shooting took place in the middle of March 2024 and was the 8th shooting to take place on the New York subway system that year.